Welcome. Hope the week is going well for you so far. I was thinking about tower moments. It didn't start off thinking about tower moments, but I connected it to the tarot card, the Tower. Earlier today, I was thinking about how a moment that you have, it could have been the saddest day of your life or one of the saddest days of your life, or just a day where it felt like things were crashing down all around you. And you maybe always remember that time, that moment, everything that happened around it, the inconveniences, the challenges it presented as the worst case scenario. Why? Why did this have to happen to me? But how were you changed after that? If you can even just take one instance that you might recall as a real shakeup in your life and, consider who you were before that moment and what changed. Maybe circumstances changed. It may have influenced a move that you had to make. People in your life may have changed. Like, it provided what was needed for you to see somebody in a different light so that you can allow them to exit your life. It could have just led to something which allowed you to grow, which could allow you to be happier, not in that moment, of course, but at some point you were maybe more fulfilled. Maybe you learned something about yourself. Maybe you were never the same. Maybe you never allowed someone to do something to you again. Maybe you never allow a circumstance to happen to you ever again. You know what I mean? And so we don't think of things in that way, but that's why I'm asking you, I guess, to think of it. So let's see. What do we have? That card comes out so much. It didn't come out, but it showed warm welcome. Archangel Michael. That makes me think of protection during your tower moments. They say, God never gave me more than I could bear. Okay. Bramble barrier. Address obstacles head on and don't be discouraged. Clear your path. So Spirit's saying something happened or is happening. Maybe you're going through a tower moment. And it could be clearing things for you. Clearing the path for what is supposed to be there because something is not there. And also, something's there that isn't supposed to be there. But also address obstacles head on and don't be discouraged. Head on meaning like no more dilly-dallying, no more postponing or what's the word? Procrastinating. Spirit saying this has been made to happen, so this can happen now. Perhaps before you had little red flags, warnings, but now Spirit's saying enough because we're going to help you out here, so to speak. And don't be discouraged because the best is yet to come, or this is clearing the way for better things to come. Risk taker underneath that. Don't be discouraged. Clear your path. Risk taker. Don't be discouraged. Don't be afraid of risk. This clears the way for you to do something different. It may seem like a risk for you because you never maybe considered it because you didn't have to. So now you maybe don't even have a choice but to take a risk on something you would have never considered doing. But because you don't have a choice, tower moment, you've got to do this thing that Spirit's probably been nudging you toward. Opportunities. Yes, Divine says taking a risk leads you to opportunities. You're forced to take these risks. Or maybe this happened to you in the past. That tower moment cleared things, forced you to do things you wouldn't normally do if you were still in your comfort zone, led you to opportunities. Beautiful. Okay, get the tarot. I won't be surprised if the Tower comes out, but then again, could be the other supporting cards that are just as meaningful, supporting this message. I'm seeing the Five of Swords in this deck often as I'm shuffling, and as I grabbed it, it was on top. I think that's like Spirit saying, you conquered something. You came out on top. You conquered those fears. And then despite Nine of Swords, a lot of swords, despite Nine of Swords being worried about the Four of Pentacles, your stability or your foundation, oh, more swords. We had the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. This is about just you. I'm not getting this is about anyone else, like lying, cheating, stealing, you know. I'm getting that you, as a Page of Swords, in your student learning, as you go on this journey, using a new strategy. Seven of Swords can also mean strategy. There's a lot of swords. You may be an air sign or just embodying air. Strength. You didn't know you had it in you to overcome, for that Five of Swords, you know, overcoming obstacles. It took a lot of strength. And this allowed you to see just how strong you are. Temperance. Also able to remain calm and patient throughout a storm. You know, knowing that you had Archangel. This could represent Archangel Michael as well. And we did see that card earlier. Page of Pentacles. What's this Page of Pentacles about? An offer for the Queen of Cups. Two of Swords. I'm thinking it's like you're not seeing an offer, or maybe you didn't see opportunities. Opportunities. So you were patient, you didn't see opportunities. You had to reflect, or new perspective, a new perspective. This allowed you to see opportunities because you had a new perspective on things after that shakeup. And indeed, Nine of Pentacles. Independent, self-sustaining. Risk taker too, because Nine of Pentacles is self-made. So in order to get to a self-made person, she took a risk at some point, or he took a risk at some point. Let's get an angel message for you. Wow. Stillness. The noise of the world cannot reveal what silence already knows. Turn inward and listen through your heart, where divine guidance flows without interfering. So you had to be still. I can just imagine after you've been through like a shakeup, the worst day of your life, so you thought, and then you had no choice but to just be still. Your intuition told you lock in and follow that divine guidance. And maybe you are so glad you did when you think about it now. One more. Okay. We have 3 A words: action, ascension, and abundance. Well, good thing you listened to that guidance because it took you to a more abundant life. This could be more abundant as far as, let's think of moving to another neighborhood and all of a sudden you meet people that you never thought you'd meet in all your life that you could depend on emotionally, like rely on. When I say depend, rely, they are who they say they are. There's no maliciousness, no cowardice, no whatever you might have gone through in the past. I don't know where that's coming from, but I'm seeing like someone finally meeting their soul tribe. Everything fits, everything gels. Or it could be more finances, of course. Ascension, spiritually, you grew. Definitely you grew along this experience. And because you took action, risk taker. Beautiful. Whoever this is for, it feels beautiful. Feels like you learned a lot and you know why you went through what you went through. And I will see you in the next reading.